Yo, man, what is going on? We're back for another episode of the Steagles podcast. This is episode number 19, week number 17. It's flying by so fast. I'm almost starting to get depressed. I don't know about you, but my depression is starting to feel like it's coming in, man, because I feel like
it's hitting you now.
And about 6, we only have literally 2 more regular season games. And then let's say 3, 4. If your team makes it to the Super Bowl, you might have 6 weeks of football left.
Yeah, it's almost
and
over.
That's going to fly. So we're here, man. We're here. We're going to talk about week 16 results of our teams, the rest of the league. We're going to talk about week 17's games and obviously what we think our teams are going to do. And we also might have a fan on, George, which is a family member of Ed here, and he's a 49ers fan. So I am very interested to see what he has to say. We've had some conversations on Facebook on Purdy, and when we had this whole MVP thing going on, how we thought he wasn't MVP, but we're going to find out. We're going to talk all about it. We're going to get his point of view, and we're going to make sure we give ours, all right? But you guys know what time it is. This is the Steagles podcast where we talk
all Steelers,
all Eagles, all
NFL.
Let's go. All right, so I think this week, as you can tell, my chain's back on.
Back in business.
Only one of us picked our team to win. The other one didn't, but we both won. So
right.
I feel like that's a huge plus for both sides. We were on it's crazy how we both were losing 3 games at the same time. Like we literally went on a 3-game losing streak together. It sucked.
Yeah,
it really
still
does
bad.
suck.
It's still bad for the Steelers, but at least they won. But things were looking horrible for both of us.
Indeed, they were.
Things look a little bit better now.
Yeah, they do. But with that being said,
for 1 week,
we're gonna get into the Steelers-Bengals real quick. Which again, I think I picked the Bengals to win this game simply because the Bengals with their backup been playing pretty well, and then obviously the Steelers have not. So I thought this would be an easy game for the Bengals, but my God, was it not the opposite of what I predicted? It was a 34-11 win for the Steelers. Let me get these stats up. What was going through your mind when you were watching this game? And as far as, Mason Rudolph actually playing really well and better than what you had in there in Kenny Pickett previously and Trubisky, right? Because Trubisky was the second guy.
Yeah, no hope for I had no hope for Rudolph. No hope at all. We've seen him in the past, how, he's not able to do the job. And that crazy incident with the Browns back in the day and Myles Garrett and the
helmet.
with the helmet incident and everybody fighting and stuff. I didn't want him on the team, though, to be honest with you. I thought that he was like just a weird character and not talented enough to be able to compensate for those things. But just based off that performance from last week, he is the best option that we have. I was saying, like, even if we don't want to, he has to start next game.
Oh yeah, he's the best quarterback on the team right now.
Even if he's not the best quarterback, he still has to. He still needs a shot.
Yeah,
because he had the least amount of reps or good reps with those weapons, and the first time he has to show the first opportunity to show something, he performed.
He did it. He
performed, and this is performance based. I always say this is performance based. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It doesn't matter what people think about you. It doesn't matter your coaches around you. What are you going to do when you have a chance? And he did pretty decent.
I agree. I'm looking at the stats on the other side here.
This is a team sport. You know what I'm saying? This is a team sport. This is the ultimate team sport. So he had a great performance based on the situation, on the the situation that he was in. But the team played a lot better than they usually do.
Yeah, so based on the stats and what I'm seeing here, Mason Rudolph threw 27 passes, completed 17 of them. He had 290. Which is not very common nowadays, because we got a lot of quarterbacks that can't even throw past 150 for some reason, including sometimes Jalen Hurts, which I think he's been over 150, but sometimes he's not throwing enough, in my opinion. But he had 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, which is huge.
But if you win,
I
always say if you win, if you have 200 yards, 150, 79, 300. But if you win, that's the stat that really matters.
But to me, that's very true. But that could be a little misleading because you can win, but it's how you win that makes it a bigger deal. Like how much confidence you have in your team. Because like the way we've been winning all year, I've been trying to fake it till we make it. But you can tell the whole year we do not look like that team. We don't look like that team. But and neither did the Steelers. Obviously, they started off really good, and then it wasn't what we wanted it to be. But then we expected them to just be a 500 team, which is what they've been doing lately. They're 8-7 now, I believe. So
you know how I feel. They still trash. That's how I feel. They still trash.
They're mediocre. They're not dirt. They're not dirt,
but they trash. And one good performance doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I think that next game they can show the true colors again.
Yeah. As far as rushing the ball, you had Najee Harris with 19 carries, 78 yards, and a tutty. You had Jalen Warren, 8 carries, 24 yards. I'm not sure. I feel like they should be splitting them. In my opinion, how do you feel about your running back situation? Najee and Jalen. I feel like they should be splitting the carries, not.
Bro, I'm a optimistic person, but I'm a realistic person. I lost hope, a while ago. Once again, it's unfortunate because there is some good talent, and then sometimes the coaches have not been putting the players in position, or the players are not good enough. So I lost hope. Like I said, all year with the KC 23 is safety, and now he's out for the season. The first game that he's not there, they win.
Yeah, that shows.
I'm trying to tell you, it's just like, if you cannot do the job, you cannot be there. It affects everything and everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People's gonna look at you like, they're not gonna trust you. They're not gonna trust the coaches that are putting you there. So. If we keep seeing the same stuff, it's not gonna change. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
One game, one good performance, it doesn't mean anything. Pickens, you know what I'm saying? I always said it's so easy for Pickens to look good, even if he sucks. From time to time, throwing a good pass to one of these speedy receivers.
Yeah.
I've been saying it the whole season.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes that's how they win most games.
Yeah.
They have a horrible game. As a team, the defense balling out, of course, because there's some playmakers. But the offense, being trashed the whole game, and then 2 or 3 big plays by some of these receivers, usually Pickens.
Yeah.
Which Johnson is trash.
Pickens had 4 receptions out of 6 targets for 195 yards and 2 tutties. Why isn't he being targeted more?
I said Hall of Fame talent. I've been saying this. Hall of Fame is just immature and, lack of leadership on that team. I've been saying this stuff the whole time, but Hall of Fame talent is just like, first of all, you need a at least decent quarterback to feed him the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then you need some leaders on the team or some coaches that keep him on track.
Yeah.
Under control, so he can be the best that he can be. But I don't expect for that to happen. Unfortunately, you gotta show me different.
And on the other side, they didn't really have a bad game. Jake Browning, he did throw 3 picks. I guess that's huge. You can't win a game if you're throwing 3 picks. But he had 335 yards. He completed 1 more pass. He obviously passed way more than your guy did, than Rudolph. But he had 1 tutty, 3 picks, 335. And he had T. Higgins with 5 receptions, 140 yards, 1 touchdown. So they were playing ball.
These games don't count. Bengals don't have their starting quarterback.
Who's
like almost an MVP candidate.
But they won games, though.
So, yes, they have won games that – my point is, like –
they've won games.
My point is the Bengals, the Steelers should not be in this position. They should not even be in this position. So, that's why I lost hope. They allow for all these teams with their backup quarterbacks get a lead on them. Like, it's just so frustrating and just disappointing. So,
yeah, well, it sounds like you guys. The way you're talking, it sounds like you guys lost. But all I gotta say is go win. It's 34-11. We know we're not expecting much. We'll speak on what you think. You're expecting going. If you guys do end up making a playoff spot or not. But it's 34-11. You guys win. Can't ask for much. It's a divisional game. It's a convincing win, in my opinion, as far as dominating the other side.
Bengals
I wish you could feel the same.
Good. They're better than the Steelers, but they're not good.
Yeah. All right. Well,
they had a bad game.
let's cheer up a little bit. We're gonna switch over to the Eagles, man. We're gonna cheer up a little bit and talk about the Eagles.
Let's get it.
The Eagles finally break their losing record. They lost 3 straight games. We got blown out in 2. We couldn't finish on the third one. And then now we finally look like we got something going on. We still had some mistakes in this game. The score was 33-25, but I still feel like the score could have been 33-10 had we not had those 2 stupid mistakes where Goddard slips and boom, interception. They run it back, pick 6. And then when we run into our own players and on their side on a kickoff and we end up running into each other, fumble the ball, and give them the ball right there at the 2-yard line, 3-yard line. So things like that, bro, that's gonna help. That's gonna make us lose a game. But as far as everything else, the defense I felt like played very well. It's not their fault that they got those 15 points were added to the scoreboard because I feel like they really held that offense to 10 points, which is what I would think they would have. You know, it's the Giants; they're all professionals. I didn't expect it to be a big old 0 on there, but I did expect to dominate them, and I feel like we did. Other than the mistakes that the offense and special teams had. But that's it. That I'm not gonna say too much bad on them because I do see us heading in the right direction, and we got to get this play calling right. First half is 20-3. The play calling was phenomenal. Next thing you know, we come out in the other side of the half, and we just start making dumb mistakes. And next thing you know, we can't get the ball past certain places, and we just start. You can just tell it sucks for us as a fan watching. I'm sure the Eagle players are pissed that they're not playing to the full potential. So we got to fix the play calling, but I feel like everything else is going to be all right.
So you think that's the major thing, or that's the big problem?
Play calling, I think, is the biggest issue because we're not putting teams away when I know we can, right? Because if we would have scored, if they would have scored 25, but we would have scored 47, right? You know, it still would have been like, oh, okay, like that would have been still more convincing, you know. But we could have scored 47. I feel like we could have put up a lot more points. We just couldn't make it happen, and we're not targeting the middle of the field as often as I think that we should. Obviously, you know, Swift, he has to be a part of the game. He has to. If we're not giving Swift the ball, what are we doing? Like he is almost guaranteed.
You guys have a lot of weapons, man. You got to spread the ball. It should be a no problem for Hurts to dominate the game.
Yeah.
You know, and just the threat of him running too. You know, you guys should be doing better. That's how I think.
In my opinion, I feel like the RPO opens up the opportunity for us to get the ball to everybody else. The play action. So you gotta impose your will with the run and force the run and to let them know we're not afraid of doing this, and that'll open up other spots for AJ to get one-on-ones or Goddard to get a one-on-one,
right?
Smith to get a one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Like there'll be multiple opportunities for us to be more successful if we can start everything off of the run game. Again, there was 70. I don't know how many people that can fit in the stadium, but there was a lot of people screaming at the game, "Run the ball, run the ball!" Like they were so adamant about it because, come on, man, just run the damn ball, give it to Swift. When Swift has the ball, good things happen.
Right.
Good things happen. So
you got a good old line too. So just let him go to work.
Yeah, and one person I want to give a quick shout out to who was very underrated is Britton Covey. He is the best kick returner in the league right now. In my opinion, he is the best. He's been tearing it up.
Right. Special teams is big though.
Our special teams right now is he specifically is tearing it up. I think he's the best returner right now in the league, hands down. What else? Hurts threw for 300 yards. This is the first time he did it since I think we last played the Commanders, or the first game versus the Commanders, that he threw 300 yards. So that was good to see because, again, I feel like the quarterback should be able to get the ball down the field as well. So I hate seeing games like Josh Allen where he threw 15 passes, completed 7, so he barely threw the ball. They did what they had to do to win the game, 100%. But I feel like our quarterback needs to be able to make plays when they need to be made. And I feel like he needs to prove that a little bit more as we go down into the playoffs and get into the playoffs. Like, we cannot let these teams come back. We have to close teams out. So even if we're up by 2 scores, we need to pretend like it's a tie game and we're trying to take the lead, and we need to go.
It's about finishing strong.
Exactly. And I think that's going to be the motto, for the rest of the season.
Well,
and for the playoffs.
You have these games coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to see how you get momentum before the playoffs. So
yeah.
Perfect situation for you guys to start heading into the right direction.
Correct. And again, another shout out. We got 1,000-yard. We got 2,000-yard receivers. AJ Brown, Smitty. We got
Ballers.
DeAndre Swift, who's 12 yards away from having a 1,000-yard rushing season. Right. We got Hurts with 15.
5, right? He's top 5.
Oh yeah,
definitely
top 5. We got Hurts with 15 rushing touchdowns, and he's only like 300 and some yards away from having 4,000 passing yards. So, we got a lot of good stuff going on, but it just doesn't look good on Sundays. Like,
gotta win.
You gotta win, and you gotta win convincingly.
You gotta win.
Exactly.
Like when we talk about these MVP stuff, I always say, you gotta win. You gotta win.
And that's actually perfect that you bring up MVP, because that's going to be the perfect segue here to talk about one of the biggest games this week, or last week, I should say, which was the Ravens and the 49ers, which came on right after the Eagles game. I did not think that the Ravens were going to – I actually bet it that the 49ers were going to whoop the Ravens' ass like they did everybody else. And what happened? Sure enough, the opposite. The Ravens came over there to Santa Clara, wherever the hell their stadium is, and they literally did what they wanted. They went in there.
They stood on business.
They kicked their feet up on the table and made themselves a sandwich and just relaxed and watched the movie
in front of everybody.
Stadium. Exactly.
In front of everybody. I told you, bro. The difference was, the defense, Ravens defense is solid, but if you're not able to contain Lamar Jackson, it's unfair. Yeah, it's unfair. He's the ultimate weapon. He's the ultimate weapon. So if you give him a few weapons and a few options for him, it's unfair. It's unfair. So if you're playing your best, you have a chance. If you let him beat you, you're gonna lose. Until that happens, he will be the MVP.
Yep.
If Mahomes doesn't get his stuff together,
it's too late for Mahomes.
He's not gonna make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So now.
At this point, I think it's his to lose. I don't think anybody can do anything right now to convince them that he should not win it. Anybody, other than maybe Tyreek gets 2,000 yards, which I don't think is going to happen.
But everybody had a chance.
Everybody had a
chance. Everybody had a chance.
They
and
did.
See, look where we at.
That's true.
I'm not going to say I told you, but I feel like I told you, though.
Yeah, man. He's definitely worthy of the MVP. He's been winning. He's the best quarterback on the best team. And he has this.
The last thing that I want to say, you know what I'm saying?
He's making plays. Yeah, he's making plays.
Making plays, and you're winning. You got to give it to him. Like, real talk, like you said, if it was up to me, give it to McCaffrey or Hill, because those are the best players on those teams.
Yeah.
Or the really most valuable players on those teams.
Make a difference, yeah.
Even more than the quarterbacks, which that says a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we put so much value on the quarterback. So if you have two players that are most valuable on that same team, which we all agree that they are, McCaffrey and Hill are more valuable than their quarterback.
Oh yeah, in my opinion, yeah.
So you gotta respect that.
Yeah.
But if not, who else? Who's you gonna give it to? Allen? You know what? Allen's gonna have more chances. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Well, he does.
Everybody is already crowning him.
Yeah, if he beats the Dolphins this week, is it this week? No, this week. Who the Dolphins? Yeah, I think this week is Dolphins. No, that's the last game. We're about to double check.
They're always gonna crown him.
Yeah, man. So
but
again,
we'll see. Everybody's gonna have a chance.
Ravens, Niners, not expecting it. 33-19. Lamar balled out. That defense balled out. Man, they bullied them guys. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to see that they're human and that they are beatable. The other team that got beat was the Raiders versus the Chiefs. The Raiders came through and handled business. You good? The Raiders came through and handled business like they were supposed to. 20-14. Again, I think I said the Raiders were going to win this game. I might have said that as well, and they sure enough did. They won by 6. The Chiefs just can't get it together, man. They cannot get it together, and that's why I think Mahomes. There's nothing he can do now to win MVP.
They're saying that their O-line, their tackles are unplayable. You cannot play with those guys. You cannot win with those guys. So,
the Chiefs?
Yeah. So
come on, man. They just won a Super Bowl.
There's nothing.
That's excuses, if you ask me.
That's what they're saying. They're saying that they cannot block at all. so he cannot do anything. Just
Nah, man, it's the wide receiver dropping the ball. They lead the league in drop passes, bro. Ain't no way they're gonna play the O-line.
Bro, that's what
crazy.
they say.
That's crazy.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what happens. So what do you think? Are they gonna get it together? Or
no, like I said, they're done. They're gonna make the playoffs. They might even lose this week. This week they got a game. They might lose that.
I'm just gonna look at these O-line though, and we'll talk about it next.
At the end of the season, when they get eliminated from the playoffs, we're gonna go back and look at the wide receiver and the O-line, and we'll see who was the bigger issue there. Man, Patriots beat the Broncos 26-23. Somebody was happy. Somebody had to be happy. Who is it? Is it Zappy though? It's not Jones. So the quarterback who's supposed to be the next big thing is benched, and they're playing Zappy, and they're winning games with Zappy. Well, winning a game with Zappy.
Yeah,
so.
That's and you know what happened next, right? with the Broncos, right?
Oh yeah, they benched Russell Wilson. Ain't that some? The Patriots can actually use Russell Wilson. That'd be funny.
The Patriots can use everybody.
They can't. They need a coach. They need to start looking for a new coach.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Next up, you got Cowboys Dolphins. Dolphins beat them with a field goal, 22-20. That was a good game. Not gonna lie, that was the game of who was the biggest fraud, and obviously we can tell who that bigger fraud is.
Right.
How does CeeDee Lamb almost have 100 yards in the first quarter, and then they don't even target him again until like the last play in the fourth quarter, I think, or something. It was something stupid like that.
That's disrespectful though.
That's wild. That's wild, man. He's your best player, and you guys are playing with him like that. All right, next game was Bears Cardinals. Not a game cared much for. 27-16. Again, Bears. I don't know how they're winning, but they're winning. Buccaneers Jaguars 30-12. The Bucs handle business there. I think the Bucs lead their division. Damn, that was a good game for the Bucs to beat the Jaguars. Titans Seahawks, another 20-17 game. So the Seahawks did the same that they did to us. 20-17, which was a weird score for them playing the Titans, and then because the competition is way different. I don't know, man. That's still fucking weird. Right. Next game, Commanders Jets, 30-28.
These are
another
trash
dirt teams. Lions Vikings. Lions beat them 30-24. Lions are doing what they got to do. Lions continue to win. Again, I'm not convinced with them yet, but they are continuing to win. The Browns, 36-22. Joe motherfucking Burrow. Whoops, wrong one. Joe, see, look, that's how much he's balling. Joe motherfucking Flacco is balling. He is balling right now. They're 11-5, I believe.
Bro.
Well, with the last game,
embarrassing.
Yeah.
This old ass dude.
That's crazy. He just came right out the couch. He was just dropping his kids off at school or something. They said
out of nowhere, now
2 weeks ago, and now he's leading the
on everybody.
Yeah, got to give him his props, bro. He's out there doing what he got to do. You know what I mean? There's not many good quarterbacks out there left, so for him to come in and right off the couch and ball out like that, mad respect to him. Packers Panthers 33-30. Boring. I think that game should have never been that close. Falcons Colts 29-10. Another game we don't care about. Bills Chargers. Wow. Bills barely scraped by the Chargers, who been playing horribly.
Right.
This is the most points the Chargers scored in the last 4 weeks, I think. 22 points. Then you got the Steelers, Bengals, we talked about already, and then the Saints and the Rams. The Rams are on a little streak now. They're playing really good. They beat the Saints to go to 8-7. So that wraps up our Week 16. Again, a lot of good games, a lot of corny games, a lot of dirt games here.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we walked out with dubs in Week 16, and that is, you can't ask for more. Cannot ask for more. So
the Rams are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And they lost to the Steelers. Make it make sense. Just like the Ravens lost to the Steelers.
Any given Sunday, bro.
Make it make sense. I had to throw it out there.
Any given Sunday, bro. That's why I don't go off of we beat this guy beat this guy. I can't go off of that because it's any given Sunday.
It is wild. It is wild.
All right, what we got here? So you guys are no longer in the hunt, bro. You're on the bubble. These teams will be on the outside looking in if the season ended today.
Teams that we played, and teams that we beat, teams that we lost to. So a little bit of everything.
You beat the Bengals. Why aren't you guys over them? I'm confused. You beat the Bengals, so you are in the AFC, but I don't know why. This is weird. I don't know why they have it like this. So I think you got the right away on them. Have you guys played the Texans this year? I don't think so. Right?
Lost to the Texans.
All right, so they got the right away. So the Texans will have to lose another game. Colts got to lose another game. So there's a possibility. Your chances are right here. It says
Colts, they whooped us.
If you win this week, you got a 32% chance to make the playoffs. Right now, as you stand, you got 17%. And if you lose this week, you only have a 7% chance to make it.
Yeah. Like I said, lost hope a while ago.
All right, let's get into week 17. Of course, the game that obviously we'll be probably watching later on because you guys will be watching this on a Saturday at some point, if not later. But we got a game on Saturday, Lions, Cowboys. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
You gonna go with the Cowboys?
I'm gonna go to the Cowboys.
Taking the Lions.
That's how much I don't trust the Lions. I think the Lions can win. They're a decent team, but don't trust them at all yet. And against the Cowboys, I think the Cowboys, they have to prove to themselves that they're they can beat decent teams.
Yeah.
And so they're desperate for a win against a decent team. So I feel like they're gonna play their best.
Yeah, I got Lions, man. I got the Lions, and of course the Cowboys have won 15 straight at home, like you said. So I mean, I still got the Lions. Next game, Dolphins-Ravens. That's going to be a really good game as well. Probably going to pick the Ravens on that simply because unless the Ravens just have a down week and got too high off of the win off the Niners that they blow this game. But the Dolphins, Ramsey's not playing. They got some injuries over there. I think Tyreek is still banged up. There's just some injuries, so I'm picking the Ravens to win that. Who you got?
Got the Ravens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, got the Ravens.
As much as you hate saying it.
Got the Ravens. Bro.
Patriots-Bills. Ooh, it's a divisional game. This is in New York though.
Nah, the Bills are gonna win this game.
I got the Bills too, but I wouldn't be surprised. They struggle versus the Chargers, who, if you think about it, the Patriots beat the Chargers 6-0.
But are we
make it make sense?
No, but are we gonna if we look at the MVP race, is Josh Allen top 5?
Right now, yeah. Because they're on.
So you gonna
put them back in the playoffs.
So you're gonna lose to the Patriots.
It could happen
in the playoffs hunt, bro. Then you trash, bro. How are we gonna?
Mahomes trash. Is Mahomes trash? Mahomes lost to the Raiders. Is he trash?
Did he lose to qualify for the playoffs?
He lost to the Broncos. Is he trash?
Did he lose to qualify for the playoffs? Like
these
games that Josh Allen is gonna play are the most important games of his career.
I see what you're saying.
Of his career. If he doesn't do it now, he's not gonna do it. Like he needs to win. He's not gonna win the Super Bowl, but he needs to win. He needs to get deep, and then maybe have another chance.
Yeah.
Another year. If not, his career is over. He's never gonna win.
Ooh, that's a bold statement. I wouldn't say it's over, but
bro,
I would say that window.
This is the window,
but not the career though. That was a little harsh.
Nobody's gonna go play with him.
He might go somewhere else. Can you imagine Josh Allen on the Niners?
Might be too late. Nothing lasts forever.
You're right, but I still think if the Bills are dumb, he ain't going nowhere. But if he wasn't happy and they were to trade him somewhere else, I think he'd still be successful somewhere else.
I'm not saying that they're gonna lose. I'm just saying like you're gonna lose to the Patriots. You're gonna be like Steelers tier. Come on, man.
That's true though.
You cannot, bro. This is not a regular game. It's like if you lose, you're not gonna make it to the playoffs. Probably, maybe you will because the AFC there is full of teams like the Steelers that are fucking trash.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So even if you're mediocre or less than mediocre, you still have a chance. Mediocre ass teams, less than mediocre ass teams have a chance, and the Steelers are not even gonna make it to the playoffs.
That's well.
Thank you. It's over.
All right, so Josh Allen, you better win these next 2 games, brother, or you're not gonna have any support from Ed, which I know means a lot to you, Josh Allen. All right, off the Bills, Patriots.
Allen for MVP. Come on, he got to show up. This is the game.
He has to win this game, and he
might have to.
He has to win this game, and he has to whoop the Dolphins. I'm not talking about win by field goal. I'm talking about
everybody's gonna have a chance.
The Dolphins for him to move up, and even after all that, he might move up to second. I don't even think with him even whooping the Dolphins. Well, you know what? It depends what happens in the Ravens-Dolphins game. Because then it's Bills Dolphins. So let's say Dolphins beat the Ravens, right? And then Josh Allen whoops the Dolphins. Then I think Josh Allen moves up in that MVP race.
But there's only one thing that's gonna happen.
What?
Ravens are gonna win.
Yeah, I agree.
All their games.
I agree. They probably will. Falcon. I really don't care because they're not on my side of the map, so they're on your side. So I ain't got to worry about them fucking with my playoff seeding.
They all trash. They all trash.
Not the Ravens.
Everybody else, no competition.
All right, Falcons, Bears, no
the
competition.
Browns without their running back and their quarterback.
Still balling. Ford put up crazy points in fantasy. But enough about them. Falcons, Bears, another horrible game. Could care less.
Wow.
Probably take the Bears. I'll take the Bears. Yeah, I'll take the Bears.
Both better than the Steelers. I gotta pick.
They don't even got a better record than the Steelers.
I'm going with the Bears. Then they can make it happen though. They still trash.
All right, I got the Bears too. Next game is Titans, Texans.
Texans.
Yeah, I got Texans too. CJ Stroud's back. So Raiders, Colts. Ooh.
Raiders.
I got the Raiders too. Panthers, Jaguars, Jags.
Yep. Jags.
Rams, Giants, Rams, obviously. Cardinals, Eagles. Eagles, man. You know what time it is. Yeah, I was hoping you didn't even hesitate. Saints, Buccaneers.
Only dirt-ass teams are going to lose to the dirt and trash because the Cowboys lost.
Yeah.
So, but the Steelers, lost to the Cardinals. You guys lose to the Cardinals.
That's going to be embarrassing.
I'm going to lose a lot of respect.
The Cardinals who only have 3 wins. The Cowboys, the Steelers, and who's the other team? We got to go back and look. The Jets? No, the Giants? I can't remember.
Probably.
All right, we got Saints, Buccaneers. I got Bucks. I got the Buccaneers.
I got the Bucks. Yep.
All right.
I mean, whoever wins this game is going to win the division.
So we got 49ers, Commanders. I'm hoping the Commanders upset like they did to us last year. But realistically speaking, the Niners are going to spank them around everywhere.
Trash.
Yeah.
Niners.
I don't even know why that game is even on there. Might as well just give them the dub.
Let's see what Jorge has to say about that.
Yeah, we're gonna have our George on here shortly. Once we finish this one, we got Steelers, Seahawks. Ooh, that's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be after the Eagles game too. I'm definitely watching this. That's gonna be a good game.
Since from now on, I'm gonna pick
the opposite team so you can win. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna.
It'd be smart. It'd be smart to pick the Seahawks, but it'd be sneaky to pick the Steelers. Like I think they would pull that one out. If you guys beat the Seahawks and we couldn't, I'd be upset.
I'm going with the Seahawks. Just because the Steelers once again, they put themselves in a situation.
Yeah. Every time.
They put themselves in a situation that they didn't have to be. And when you play like that, you deserve to lose. So you deserve to lose. You deserve to, lose all these games.
So I hope you lose, Steelers.
Go with the Seahawks.
Wink, wink. So he can win for real. But I hope you lose, Steelers. Next game, Chargers, Broncos. Another garbage game. I got the Broncos. I don't even know about the Broncos. It might be the Chargers this game.
Somebody else is going to lose their job. That's what happens with these people. These teams lately.
Somebody loses his job.
Every week, somebody's out of there.
Bengals, Chiefs.
Who do you have?
I said I got Chargers. Just because they benched Russell Wilson. He was playing well. He was the 8th best quarterback in the league. 8th.
The Chargers are going to win this game.
Yeah. Bengals, Chiefs.
Chiefs are going to win.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs. Packers, Vikings.
Packers.
I'll take the Packers too, even though they got the same record. It's a divisional game too. All right, and this game that just happened yesterday, Thursday, was the Jets and the Browns. The Browns whooped the Jets 37-20. Man, Joe Flacco just looks like he can be the MVP. I'm just kidding. No, but he's definitely balling, bro. For somebody who just got off their bench and came straight into the league and got a couple weeks under to try to get himself right. Well, I guess he was already in there. He got cut by the Jets, which is funny, and then he came back and beat the Jets. So, Yeah, man, that was a crazy game. Shout out Joe Flacco. You doing your thing, bro. Keep it up. All right, man. So that wraps up Week 17. We're going to get into some Niner talk. We're going to try to get our fan here, George, 49ers fan on, and we'll be right back. Let's get it. Come on. All right, man. So we are back here with the Steagles podcast, and we have our 49ers fan, George, on the line. Man, we got some interesting stuff to talk about. You know, potential Brock Purdy MVP, 49ers whooping the Eagles, the Cowboys. Every team they played, they were whooping until they saw the Ravens. So I want to get some opinions on that as well. But how you doing, George, man? Glad to have you on the podcast. How's everything?
Good so far. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You know, football's getting good every week that goes by. The playoffs are around the corner, and obviously we're NFC teams, so you know we don't got bad blood, but we got bad blood over here. You know, we got some stuff we got to resolve. But just like everybody we bring on the podcast, I got a couple of questions for you. My first question to you is, how did you become a 49ers fan? Like, why the 49ers? How'd that come about?
Well, that is simple. I'm old. So when I was growing up, the 49ers were ruling the NFL.
Yeah.
So that's when I started following football. So I picked them up and stick with them until now. So
yeah, that's respect.
We have been seeing 30 years of losing seasons. So,
But those were the golden years, huh?
Oh yeah,
back in the day, Montana.
The good thing is that you can say you got rings, though. You know, there's some teams out there that don't got no rings at all. You know, we were one of them until a couple years ago when, about 5-6 years ago, we finally got it done. But we was definitely
right. But I was a teenager the last time I saw them win in the Super Bowl. I remember.
At least
I
was
in. Yeah, I was in the couch of my house, watching it. That was in Puerto Rico, so it's from coast to coast, basically.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, you're a real fan.
Rain.
You're a real fan. I give it to you because being in Puerto Rico, I don't know if that was the most.
I'll give it to him. He always followed the 49ers. No, it's not bandwagon out of nowhere stuff.
Yeah.
He's always been a Niners fan.
And so now my next question before we get into the good stuff, what's your best experience as a 49er? I know you said you were able to see the Super Bowl run you guys had, but as far as like, have you ever been to a game? Have you ever came across another 49ers fan, or was there just, it could be the Super Bowl. Like, what's that memory that you have for the 49ers that, that makes it all special for you?
I mean, the best one was when Steve Young won the final Super Bowl for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have been in 49ers game. The first one was in 2015. I was in Denver, and they were playing the preseason over there, so I was able. That was when Kaepernick was the quarterback. Then the last game I attended was 2019 actually, when they played the Commanders in at DC. So yeah, probably I'm gonna go on Sunday to watch that game too.
Oh, what happened that last time you went? Who won?
The 49ers. Okay. That was the last time they reached the Super Bowl in 2019. That lose against the Chiefs.
So
look that was that was a rainy day. I believe they win just by making field goals. If I remember right, it was a low score. It was like 12-7 or something like that.
Hey Jorge, I want to ask you, who is your favorite player, or who you think is the best 49ers of all times? Maybe it's the same player, but if not, who's your favorite player, and or who is the best 49er of all times in your opinion?
Come on, I like multiple.
No. Come on, I'm asking you about one. You can give me two. You can give me two.
Jerry Rice. Rice. Okay. Because he does only win the ring.
So is that your favorite? Is that your favorite, or is he the best player?
Both of them.
There you go. That's possible. That's very possible.
I totally respect.
It's like he have been stick with the team, even that he's not playing anymore. He always goes to the game to cheer
I know what you're saying.
For the team.
Yeah, he was honorary captain for
Niner for life. He's a Niner for life.
Yeah, I think he was honorary captain for the NFC game, I think. I'm not sure. Or was it the last game we played versus the Niners? I'm not 100% sure, but I remember he was an honorary captain, so he's definitely involved with the team for sure.
He bleeds those colors, though.
Yeah.
I respect that. And he was the best. He was the best receiver, and he is the best receiver of all times. And not only that, but he was dominant. Yeah. He was like unstoppable.
Yeah, he definitely was.
One of the best athletes of all times. One of the best performers of all times, for sure.
Right.
Got to give it to him, hands down. Yeah. All right, so... Man, so I need your opinion on what do you think about Brock Purdy as MVP now? Because I don't know if it changed based on this last game or if you still feel the same.
Right now he falls. Right, with those 4 interceptions, it's like there is no chance that he will win it.
Correct. And he got benched too.
Well, he got benched. Based what they say was because of the injury that they had on the game before.
Gotcha.
It was garbage.
It was
time.
again.
Yeah, I don't think he was benched because of really for his performance. It was just to protect him.
Protect him.
So,
yeah.
All right. So what my point to that is when you guys were whooping our ass, Hurts played the whole damn game. We didn't. He did come out for a little bit because he had I think they were afraid he might have had a concussion, but he came right back out. He passed the test, and even though there was no chance, he still came back out and tried to do his thing.
Usually the losing teams do that. I'm not saying that it's because we win you, but it's like if you go back when we were losing games, they benched the winning or the team the quarterback from the team that is winning, they bench them, but it's not the case when the team is losing. It's like they keep the regular players on the field.
Yeah,
unless it's Dallas, I believe they bench Dak Prescott when we were winning them.
Yeah, so
that's on the past. Come on, let's focus in the present.
Though that was technically
nobody's gonna bench nobody in this last games though. When it really matters,
if the game matters, I don't think
you know that I love to say that, Jorge, when the games really matters. And here's the thing, with Brock, wasn't the 3 interceptions or 4 interceptions or anything. Was that they lost the game? They lost the game, and he was part of the reason or one of the biggest reasons why they lost the game. So that's why he's out of the MVP conversation now. And
right.
But he was having a good enough season to be MVP. But what matters is how you finish. And he definitely had a chance, and he didn't. Lamar, unfortunately, took over that spot.
I respect Lamar Jackson. Since he started the season, he's a great quarterback.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that. I believe the 49ers was like 5.5 point favorite, but I never saw it that way. I mean, sometimes I have PTSD in terms of these games. Like every time we play against the Cowboys, it's like, again, if you go back to the 90s, they were winning almost every year. They beat us, except for that 1994 last Super Bowl.
So it's like you always about to have a heart attack before the game, before the game, during the game, and even after the game.
Right. Every time we face them, it's like, that memory come back to me. So the same was with the Ravens when they beat us in 2013. It's like, even that probably none of the players on the Ravens side was in that game.
The kicker.
The coach was.
Tucker was there too, right? The kicker or no? I think Tucker was there.
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, he's the best kicker all time. He definitely had to be there. I'm pretty sure.
And if you had Lamar Jackson, it's like, it's never gonna be easy.
Yeah, the problem that I noticed with the Niners, and you guys did a good job with us containing our quarterback, but the problem is when you can't contain, when the quarterback, when he's slippery and he can find his way and he can make his way, that's where the 49ers struggle, in my opinion. When you guys play other quarterbacks that stand in the pocket, man, it's scary because you guys pass rush is real. Like, so any team that has a quarterback that just stands in the pocket, they're almost doomed. Like they're almost set up for failure. You need a quarterback that's mobile to beat the Niners. If your quarterback cannot move around, you're basically gonna, you might as well just forfeit the game, in my opinion. Like, you need to be mobile because you know what's the easiest way to stop the pass rush? To run the ball.
Right.
So if you're running RPOs or you're doing things to where the quarterback is doing QB draw, whatever. I don't know about QB draw. That might be stupid, but I feel, in my opinion, if your quarterback's not mobile, you don't really stand a good chance against the Niners based on the defense. Like that defense is the players on that defense is wild.
They can stop everything. They got playmakers in all three different levels. So
and you guys had I think your safety, your best safety went out with an injury, right? Ufanga or something like that. His name is.
Oh, he had been gone for probably 5 weeks.
Yeah, if he was still playing, that defense would be different. You know what I mean? They'd be better than they were than they are now, in my opinion. And I don't even like the Niners, but I gotta admit, I'll give credit where credit's due. You feel me? Right. So I definitely agree on that part. So we agree. Brock Purdy's no longer in the MVP conversation. He can't win it. Now, the next question is, do you think he's a system quarterback, a game manager, or is he actually a quarterback that makes a difference?
I mean, if you want to be fair, you need to look at your quarterback. He haven't done anything this year. So is he a system quarterback? Because he lose the defense offensive coordinator, and he have been struggling all year. Well, is he a system quarterback?
He's definitely struggled with the turnovers. I agree 100%. But I feel like he is the system. Like if you notice, if Hurts is the decision, he is the like with Purdy is like we kind of know where we're going here. Where the ball, we kind of know we got to get the ball to our playmakers and let them do the yards after catch, and they're pretty good. Debo's awesome with that. He killed us that game, and obviously McCaffrey. And when you got Trent, when you're running on the left side of the line, and you got Trent Williams over there, McCaffrey gets through without even being touched. So it's pretty obvious what to do when you're in the Niners situation. When you're in the Eagles situation, what would you do if you were on the Eagles side? Right. What would you do differently? In my opinion, like I feel like if Hurts is not playing well, we're losing. If Brock Purdy doesn't play well, like not 4 picks, but if Brock Purdy throws 2 picks, they can still win that game because you still have enough good players around him that make him better. Instead of, like, in my opinion, with Hurts needs to play better to make his team better. Because if he's not playing well, the team's not doing well. That's why I see the difference in how Hurts makes a bigger difference compared to Purdy. Like I can put another quarterback in the Niners, not an ass quarterback, and I can put an average quarterback like Joe Flacco right now. If he was on the Niners, he would be putting up numbers and playing just as well as Brock Purdy, and that's just my opinion.
But right. Do you think he's a Go ahead, Jorge. Go ahead.
Yeah, respond to that one real quick.
The thing is that you cannot compare one guy saying, "Hey, put it in this side," because that may not happen.
But we've seen it happen. We've seen it with Garoppolo. We've seen it with any quarterback that's been in the Shanahan system has been to an extent successful. Like they have not really been, other than the only one is Trey Lance that I don't know what the fuck they did there and why y'all traded so many picks to get this kid and he didn't even work out. But other than him, because he's young, he's raw. Right, but you put somebody experienced, then I feel like they can do it. Go ahead, you got it.
Go back to the backup quarterback that Garoppolo had when he had the injury in 2018. They did nothing. They were like 4 and 12.
But that's why I said it. Not just any quarterback. If you put an average to good quarterback that's solid, a solid quarterback. Like if you put Dak Prescott and this, I'm sorry, but if you put Dak on the Niners, I feel like he can do just as good because I feel like he's also another game manager. He hasn't done anything to me where I'm like, damn, Dak won the game. Like I've only seen things that said, damn, Dak lost the game. Dak stepped out of bounds. Dak did. You know what I mean? It's never like Mahomes coming down with a game-winning drive. Like I have not seen Purdy come down with a game-winning drive. I haven't seen. Go ahead.
There's the subject there. One is the one that Dak Prescott. You was rooting for him, not rooting, but saying that he is an MVP, even knowing that he choked.
Yeah, well, I believe
everybody knows that he's gonna choke.
Yeah, but you got to give him credit until he does choke because before he choked, he was playing before they played you guys, or actually no,
y'all some haters though.
After they played you guys and you guys woke them up. Well, I guess it's not a wake up because they still been losing with the good teams. But ever since you guys beat them, he was playing at MVP. Now, I don't want to be the guy that says, "Oh, well, they were playing shitty teams," because I know that's the reason. But I'm gonna give him credit until he proves otherwise. Just like I gave Brock Purdy credit when he beat the Eagles, and then I gave Brock Purdy credit. I said Brock Purdy's the MVP, I'm not saying it doesn't matter if he's a system quarterback or if he's a game manager. He was playing at an MVP level because he had the stats and he was balling. Now, when you fuck up and you throw 4 picks,
right,
then you start pointing out the obvious and the negatives, which is, okay, maybe he is a system quarterback and maybe he can't do the extra things that you need. There's only a handful of quarterback that I feel can go out to the field and win you the game no matter who's there with them. In my opinion, I think Josh Allen might be one. Lamar Jackson is another one who was unanimous MVP with a year where he had no weapons. Right. Like those type of players to me, I feel like are more of the difference makers and not game managers and that position.
This is what really matters. Watch out. Watch this out. Because we got to wrap it up. But this is what really matters. Put them in order, Jorge, and then I want you to put them in order. Dak, Purdy, Hurts. That's what really matters. That's what I want to know for today.
Obviously, Dak is the last one.
No. Okay, but I want to hear your top. Put them in order. I want you to put them in order. I want you to tell me first.
Based on numbers this year, I put Purdy above Hurts.
No, but not on numbers. On your expectation, on your trust on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who is gonna be the best out of all those 3 quarterbacks?
I mean,
when
you
it matters,
haven't even finished a season with Purdy. You only have a small sample if you compare it to Hurts. You are saying Hurts is better because he has been playing 3 seasons.
I want you to tell me who you think is better.
No. No, but
go ahead.
I know that Baez is saying that Hurts is better, but because he has been seeing it 3 years.
He hasn't said anything. He hasn't said anything he's about to say. I want you to tell me, put him in order. I guess you say.
But what's the stipulation? Put him in order in what? Because he's being real though. He's saying based on stats, which is a real thing.
So he's Purdy for you. He's Purdy, Hurts, and then Dak.
What are the circumstances? Are we going based on stats or based on when the game's on the line in the playoffs? You got to go down the field and score a touchdown. Who are you taking? Put them in order. That's more of the question. I feel like you're asking, right? Because obviously, if you're talking about stats, you can just pull the numbers up and put them in order, and that'll answer that question.
Yeah, but
it's based
on
who do you believe.
I'm gonna root for my quarterback.
Right.
Okay.
So,
okay.
No matter who is there.
You answer the
question. No matter who's there, I'm gonna root for them.
What about you guys? What do you think?
Hold on. You guys just traded Brock Purdy for Zach Wilson. Now put them in order. Now, who are you gonna put? Wilson, Hurts, or Dak Prescott? He just said he rocking with whoever his team.
Wait. Which Wilson? Which Wilson?
The horrible one that keeps getting benched. Zach Wilson.
No. You're talking about the Seahawks guy?
No.
I would not go with.
No. Jets. The Jets quarterback.
Oh, who's that?
You don't even know who he is. That's not, but what I was trying to say is I was trying to be funny. You said you're going to root for whoever your quarterback is, so I gave you the worst quarterback in the league and told you to put him in order.
Okay, if that's the one that is playing for us, I'm going to root for him to win.
But it's not all right. So I guess the point is to not be biased, and I'm going to give it to you this way. If we're going top, put the 3 in order based on stats, it's obvious that right now Purdy has the better stats percentage-wise in completion, like first downs, like all that stuff. If you look at that matters. But that's why I say the stats can lie. The numbers can lie a little bit because you have to go look back at the games that matter. When you're trailing, what is your quarterback doing? It's so easy to have really good stats when you're up 20 points and you're taking easy. You don't have to take shots down the field. Right. They didn't take no shots down the field when they play the Ravens, which is what I'm concerned. Hurts is taking shots. Dak Prescott's taking shots, even though I still put Purdy over Dak. But that's what I'm getting to. If the game's on the line, it's the NFC Conference Championship, and you had to pick one of those 3 quarterbacks to bring your team down the field to win, and you're down. You're not. You have to score.
Well,
who are you picking?
Yeah, I feel you. Let's see how big is the difference, because Hurts couldn't come back to us. He couldn't come back when they were playing Dallas.
Yeah, we were way too far. We were way too far.
And they lose against the Seahawks.
But hold on. It has to be comeback. You're right. The Seahawks game was probably the only game this season where the Seahawks and the Jets game were the only 2 games that he had a chance and he didn't come through. Now, there were 2 more games where we got blown out and there was no chance to come back. I don't care what anybody says. There was no coming back to those games. But then if you go back, how many games we played already? We're in week 17 now. And then the 1, so that's 16 games that we played already. 2, we got blown out, so we got 14 left. 2 of them, Hurts didn't win the game, so we got 12 left. So out of those 12 games, Hurts basically won us those games based on his making sure we get the field goal or get the touchdown, which he's done in 12 games so far. Brock Purdy doesn't have any games, in my opinion, where he has to come down and win the game at all this year. I don't think he has one game yet. That's what I look at.
Let's go back because the first one against the Browns, he put us in position to win, but the kicker failed.
Right, but it's a team sport. So at the end of the day, you're looking at the one last play. But why were you guys in that position to begin with? You guys can't put the blame all on the kicker because all he does is kick the ball. He can't play defense. He can't throw the ball in the first, second, third quarter.
Nah, y'all both gonna have a chance. They both gonna have a chance.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Then who put your team in the position of losing against the 49ers by 20 points?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
That was play calling, in my opinion. That's all play calling. Our offensive coordinator sucks. Like, we have no rhythm. We don't even know who we are. I can honestly tell you right now, and with a serious face, we do not have an identity. I don't know who the fuck the Eagles are this year. We don't have a crazy defense. We're not running the ball. We're not having success throwing the ball. We're calling these stupid plays. Like, I don't know who the fuck we are. So hands down, I agree with that part.
Let's put it this way, because you're saying that the good quarterback can come back, and that is true, right? But
most of the time, yeah.
There is one meme on Facebook in regards that when LeBron came back from being down 3-0 on the NBA final,
3-1
and win it all.
Yeah, they were down 3-1 versus
Golden
State.
Is a meme. There is a meme. He talking to Michael Jordan saying, "Hey, you don't even were able to do this." And you know what Michael Jordan say? I never find myself in that position because I don't need to go down. If I play good, why I need to measure when I'm losing?
Right. And I agree 100%. But and not to get into basketball now, but the flaw with that is, yeah, he can only make it 6 times. What happened? We keep forgetting about all the years Michael Jordan played. He only made the finals 6 times. Yes, he won them all. Give him credit. He was 100%. Every time he made it, he won it, right? But he can only make it 6 times in his whole career.
But who else?
How many times LeBron has been able to make it to the there? Of course, it's a team sport, so players will get you there, but a team will win it. So,
but who else made it 6 times?
What do you mean? I don't know. Bill Russell. There's other players. Bill Russell, but
those teams were stacked with
Bill
stars.
Russell, Wilt Chamberlain. Well, I guess Wilt Chamberlain don't got that many rings, but Bill Russell has the most rings out of anybody. So if anything, I don't want to. If anything, I don't want to hear nothing about Jordan because Bill Russell has more rings than him. Right?
But the teams were better. That's what I'm saying. Like
what do you mean? Well, Bill Russell did not have a good team. He was the team. That motherfucker was balling. Like he was the team.
We're just changing the sport. What I'm trying to point out is like why I need to worry on coming back if I'm already beating you by far.
Because at some point, as you guys seen, and you saw the 3 games where you guys lost 3 games in a row, right? We didn't forget about that, right? You guys did lose 3 games in a row when Trent and Debo went out. When that happens, if you have a good quarterback, you're going to win games where you're always ahead. But when you're down, do you have the quarterback that can bring you back? You say you don't have to worry about that if you're not down, but there will be a time when you're down, like the Ravens game or the other 3 games where you lost, where you were down and you was hoping for the field goal. You were down. So that's why it matters if you can, because if you win all year, let's say you blow out every team all year and not one team challenged you, you went undefeated the whole way until the Super Bowl, and you didn't have one game where you had to fight nails and scratch and do everything to get the win. And now you got to do it in the Super Bowl. Are you going to be confident? If you're down 14 in the Super Bowl and the whole year you've been blowing out everybody, are you going to be as confident now that you guys can come back? I would not be as confident. I would be more confident on a team who's proven all year that they can win those close games. Again, there's also a flaw because why is the game close, right? You're not playing to your full potential if the game is close, which that's why I give 49ers credit when they win. But when the game is close, do you have the quarterback that's going to pull you out that slump and make sure you win that game when it all matters, when the game is on the line?
I know the Steelers don't have
it. Now, you need to point something out.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan is 0-38 on when they are down on the 4th quarter.
He's 0-38? Damn.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe it's Shanahan, right? But maybe
I always said that, people think that he's like a god, but he really never won.
Now, this is the thing though. He's so smart that they always get ahead because they're so good and their defense has always been great. So they almost never have to be in this situation. So when you are in the situation that you're almost never in, how do you react? How do you respond to that?
Well, they're going to have another chance this year.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have another chance this year. So all these questions are going to be answered.
They will be. I tell you right now, it's going to be another Eagles-Niners NFC Championship. It's going to be a rematch. I can almost put whatever I want, anything on it right now.
Just watch Week 18 against the Rams.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game.
That's a team that always gave us trouble.
Yeah, right. And if they beat you guys, we take the number 1 seed back as long as we win the next 2. So you guys have to win.
You need to win too.
I know, but who are you more? Go ahead, Joey. Go ahead.
You almost fall against the Giants too.
You're right, but we almost fell because of us, because we made mistakes, not because like the only games where I felt like we never beat ourselves and we actually got beat. It was the game versus the 49ers and the game versus the Dallas, where I felt like they were just better than us that day. So when it comes to the Giants in Arizona, the only way we lose to them is the Eagles beat themselves. They do stupid mistakes and they do shit to just give the game away. But if we play a good game, we're all right. We can play a good game versus the Niners and still lose, is what I'm saying. So like with these teams, I'm more confident than you guys can play a good game versus the Rams and lose, because you just said it. The Rams is a divisional game and they always give you problems. So that's what all I'm saying. You guys have a higher % chance of losing, even though we probably will be the one they pick to lose out of one of the 2 games because you guys are just more dominant. So I can see you guys winning 2 games. I know it's going to be challenging versus the Rams, but I think you guys will beat them. And we won't get the first seed.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been losing 30 years. So it's like.
Yeah, so for you to be like, well, this is the year, you don't want to be like the Cowboys fan who thinks every year is the year.
But the Steelers
I will not say it until I see it.
Yeah.
The Steelers are the one doing the most losing right now.
I tell you what,
at the end of the day.
I had a bet with the Dallas fan that the Eagles were going to take back the NFC East and that we would make it further than them in the playoffs. So far, the Eagles took back the NFC East. So far, we still got 2 games to go, and we'll see how the playoffs go. Do you want to do any friendly bets while we're here before the playoffs start?
I'm sorry, give me 1 second because
you're good.
I was in the car and
you're good. You're switching over. You're good.
Yeah. No, I'm on the speaker on the phone.
Yeah. So my question was that just went right out of my head. What did I ask again?
A friendly bet.
Oh, did you want to do any friendly bets right now on anything based on 49ers Eagles? Like right now, I'm saying that we're both going to make it there. So we can bet on who's going to win, or you can say, you guys not going to make it and we are, or we're not both going to make it, which I don't think either of us believe. I think we both believe we're going to make it, but
I mean, if we face you, but we keep with the injuries that we have, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure we're going to beat you.
Yeah. I believe at full throttle, if you guys are full throttle and we are full throttle, it's going to be out of a game. But we are more known for all year for giving the shit away. So obviously, if we're both at full throttle, I think I give the slight edge to the 49ers, even though I still think the Eagles can beat the 49ers on any given day. It's just who decides to show up to play and who wants it the most. You guys obviously wanted way more than us that last game. Like, you guys had a vendetta. You guys been thinking about this game all year since the last game of your season last year. So you can tell you guys just wanted it way more than we did, and it showed. It just showed on the field.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens, and we definitely gonna have you back, Jorge.
Yeah. So with that being said, Jorge, man, we appreciate you joining us here, and hopefully we bring you back on when the playoffs start to talk some more shit, and just do more I told you so's and be like, well, I told you Brock Purdy was gonna choke when he was down, or you can come and tell me who's the quarterback now when Brock Purdy came back from a deficit and won a game in the playoffs. That's hands down what I'm looking for. So if he does that, I'll give you all the credit.
I'm just going to give you one stat that maybe you will not like.
Which one?
The last 16 quarterbacks that reached the Super Bowl for the first time and lose it, never make it back.
Yeah, except Mahomes, I think. Or was it Mahomes? No, he lost.
No, Mahomes lose against Brady.
Yeah, and then the following year it was Bengals, Rams, right? Mm-hmm. And then the following years, yeah, you're right.
He won against us in 2019 when he first came.
Yeah. And then he lost to Brady.
We're about to find out. We're about to find out.
Yeah, I mean, Hurts still gone. The problem is that the Super Bowl window always closed. When they pay the quarterback that amount of money, they don't have to pay other players.
Yeah, and that's why I like Howie, because the way Howie did it, not to cut you off, the way Howie did his contract, because I look into all that. I love looking at the numbers, too, of our team and see where we're at with the cap and everything. The way they did Hurts' contract, they made it real heavy at the back end. So this year it was supposed to be a go for it all, and next year it's a go for it all. After that, after next year, we got a problem, because we got to either redo Hurts' contract, because we have to pay Smith. We got to pay Hassan Reddick this summer coming up. He's going to want a new contract. We got a lot of people. The good thing is we got a lot of rookies. And a lot of good rookies.
Good luck with that.
But,
good luck with having a lot of good players. So at some point it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. But again, man, we do got to wrap it up. We can go on forever. But I want to appreciate it, George, again, and hopefully we can get you back on another episode and talk some more shit. And like I said, maybe you can tell me I told you so, or maybe I'll tell you I told you so, because that's just the way it goes in football. But thank you, George. You got anything else before we close out?
That will be it. Thank you for the invitation.
All right, thank you, man, and we'll see you soon. And I appreciate you coming on.
Take care.
Peace.
Bye-bye. All right, man. So with that being said, we are wrapping up. Fun conversation there with George, 49ers fan. And as always, we'll be back next week with another episode. And you guys know what time it is. This is the Steagles Podcast, where we talk
all Steelers,
all Eagles, all NFL. Let's go, baby. Happy New Year's. We'll see y'all next year. Let's go. Go Birds.